2 Samuel 18. The battle in the forest. The armies of David and Absalom met in the forest of Ephraim. David gave his generals one very specific command: "Be gentle with young Absalom for my sake." But the battle was fierce, and the forest itself seemed to swallow up Absalom's soldiers. As Absalom was riding his mule under a large oak tree, his famous thick hair got tangled in the branches. His mule ran out from under him, leaving him hanging in the air. When General Joab heard about it, he ignored David's command to be gentle and ended the rebellion right there. When the news reached David, he didn't celebrate the victory. Instead, he wept and cried out the most famous words of a grieving father: "Oh, my son Absalom, my son Absalom, if only I had died instead of you." The next chapter, 2 Samuel 19. The king returns to his throne. David was so sad that his soldiers felt like they had lost a battle instead of winning it. General Joab had to give David some tough love. He told the king, "You need to go out and encourage your men. They risked their lives for you, and if you don't speak to them, you won't have a single soldier left by morning." David listened. He dried his eyes and sat at the city gate to greet his people. The tribes of Israel began to argue. "Why are we waiting to bring the king back to Jerusalem?" David sent a message to the leaders of Judah, asking them to welcome him home. As he crossed the Jordan River, the same people who had insulted him when he was running away, like Shimei, the rock thrower, came back to beg for forgiveness. David, showing a heart of mercy, chose not to punish them. He was finally going home to his palace, but it was a quiet, humble return. Victory often comes with a price. David's sadness shows us that even when we win, hurting the people we love feels like a loss. However, David's willingness to forgive those who turned against him shows that he was ready to be a king who leads with mercy rather than just power. Now that David is back in Jerusalem, another small rebellion pops up, and David has to decide how to handle his advisors. But as David gets older, he begins to look back on his life with songs of praise. Read 2 Samuel chapters 20 and 21 to see how the kingdom is finally stabilized.